happening, guys? So today I'm bringing you a video of our truck camper build, and this is part 2. We're gonna go through and get the lifting mechanisms onto the camper. We're gonna get the bed platform done, a little bit of wiring done, and we are gonna get that tent finally installed. I hope you guys like it. It's been a extremely challenging, but hopefully very rewarding project for us. Without further ado, let's get into that. I hope you guys like it. Thank you.
It's not the Ritz-Carlton of tents. It's more like the Motel 6 tents. But you know what? It mostly worked.
I finally got them. Package finally showed up. I mean, I only ordered it like 2 days ago, but it finally showed up. If you can see what that is linear actuators, and I'm super stoked. But I've been waiting to order them for a while, so I hadn't figured out what I was gonna do. But now we know, so I'm gonna lift the lid with linear actuators. Let's open these bad chickens. I bought 2 for each side, 20-inch action. So the overall would be 44 inches and the closed is 24 inches, but 20-inch action actuators to lift and lower the top. And so I'm really curious. I went back and forth. I was going to put on some cheap Chinese ones because I'm a little cheap sometimes. I prefer to save money where I can, but I figure this is probably not something I should do that with. Also, if you don't watch Mav on YouTube, I just saw my shirt. If you don't watch this guy, you should. I think it's just Mav. And he travels around and he cooks food out of the back of his truck. He's also a truck camper guy, but he does it out of like a canopy, and he fishes a lot and does all sorts of things. Super fun though. Fun to watch. He's the reason I started building this. Ooh, those are nice. Those look good. Each one's good for 225 pounds, so we should have no problem lifting this thing. This thing might weigh 250 pounds at the heaviest with the solar panels on it. And then they're just 12 volt. And so we'll hook it up to 12 volts. It'll go. I'm excited. Let's try it. Let's see what 12 volt does. I got a battery. There we go. All right, now we plug this thing in. It should work as long as I. Oh, yeah, buddy. Up she goes. This plate, slightly aggressive and over the top, will go right there on the side of the camper. And this thing will go through there, just like so. I think I made all those for no reason, all the brackets. So I made all these brackets to mount. So like all these right here, you can see them. I made all these to mount to the outside of the camper. And I think that's too much. I think I need to dumb it down a little bit actually. So what I'm thinking now is I can just go get a bolt. So I'll drill one hole that comes through. So instead of being 4 giant holes that I have to bolt through and plate on the backside, that'd be super stable, but does it need to be that crazy strong? I think I'm off to the hardware store to go get myself a set of bolts. Hey, if you like this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, click on the bell. You'll always be notified when we upload content. We got the goods. So now, if I mess this up, I only have 2 holes per actuator to fill and fix instead of 8 holes per actuator with the brackets I made. I'm winging it. So this would have worked, but 1 bolt will be better. I don't know. I'm also not an engineer. I'm guesstimating here. L wire 1 and L wire 2.
Stressful.
So it goes up.
Yeah,
I'm so excited it works. And it goes up. I never doubted it for a second. Cool, now just to make it look better, because it looks like utter crap. I'm gonna put this down and I'm going to finish my dinner and then I'm gonna start installing the other side. We got both the ones on this side mounted, and they went up. That was cool. And then I mounted the other two on this other side. Boom and boom. And those should go up. Now I gotta drill 4 holes, poke the wires through, get them all connected, and see if it goes up evenly. That's gonna be the real test. We got them all on, so I'm excited. I'm gonna call it night, because it's like, I don't know what time it is, but it's like 8:30 at night. I'm over it. So I'm gonna call it night, go crack myself, actually, I'm gonna go pour myself a nice glass of whiskey, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, let's explain what's going on here. So these are my electronic actuators. This is the stud that goes all the way through, and then it goes through a main support in the wall of the camper. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna use a nut, and I'm gonna put a nut all the way to the body to tighten the stud. And then I'm gonna use a spacer, and then I'm gonna use a bronze bearing, and then I'm gonna use another bronze bearing, and then I'm gonna tighten it on. That way this whole thing can pivot and there's less friction. You can see that, but it's March. It's like March 2nd and it's snowing outside. Let's see if it works. Well, whatever just happened there, I'm not interested because it sounded like it blew up. It sounded like a lot of stuck motors.
I don't see a problem with the height of this camper.
This is an actual height. We'll be another 2 foot because we're on the floor right now.
Look at all the space I've got.
Look at all the room she has above her head.
Actually, it's not as much as I thought it was going to be.
I made a miscalculation on height when I mounted these. All right, the actuator's got the tent up, and I need to make a brace that keeps the side-to-side play in check, as well as just helps it go up and down nice and smoothly. I'm also probably going to use the gas struts that I already purchased to put on the front and back, just to give this thing some more oomph up and down. If we do get any snow on top, I'd like it to be nice and strong, so I don't want to get crushed in the middle of the night. Okay. Those will go like that. That's kind of the idea of the pivot point. So that will attach to the bottom of the camper, and then it'll pivot down when it closes, pivot up when it opens, so that we have some stability. All right, let's do a quick walk around of the camper. Gas strut piston, so we got that on each side. Actuator on each side. This is our support right here. So it's not super stable because we don't have a way to latch it yet. So I'm gonna put like a latch on this mechanism. And it'll be something that holds this stable. This just kind of keeps this motion, so this side to side play in check. But you know, this thing it's super stable. So it doesn't move very much. It goes up and down with relative ease. This is our height of our bed platform. So, it's not so bad. Once I get a bed on there, it's gonna be a little close, and I might, you know, I'll have to be down. Can't wear a hat, but it's looking pretty good. Got our fan here. This plugs in. This will all be ran up and in, and then down the tent. But so that goes up and down, and raises and lowers. It sounds all Sounds all motorized because it is. It's all powered, so there's a remote and you can up and down the fan as well as turn it on and off. So. We're getting close. We got everything up, so now it's time to get working on the tent portion. Hannah is going to start sewing, and I am going to get this thing ready to mount and get some Kettlerail cut. So we're using some Kettlerail track. Let me show you what that is. All right, so this is the rubber that we are going to sew onto the tent material. And then this is the Kettlerail track that we're going to attach to the base of the tent. And so what happens is this will be able to just slide right inside there and be attached. It also kind of moves and is flexible, but it won't pull out. So it's nice, we can slide it all the way down. So that is what it'll look like.
We are sewing. We already did the bottom hem and then the Kettlerail on the bottom. We did the windows, and now I have to sew the top hem and sew the Kettlerail on the top. Wish me luck. Don't do what I do.
Sewing machine sing. Text Hannah. I'm here. I didn't want to scare you.
How long have you been here?
Long enough to walk around and be like, I'm trying not to scare you.
Alright, now we just have to drill and screw.
Yeah.
So if you drill, I'll screw.
Yeah, it's gonna be, the screw's gonna be the harder part, I think.
So
I gotta figure
I'll
out.
drill, you screw?
I gotta figure out, so I bought these and I don't know if I actually wanna use these. Well, these should drill and screw themselves. They're self-tappers. So I'm gonna see if it will work.
Carlton of tents. It's more like the Motel 6 tents. But you know what? It mostly works.
You just gotta hold the bottom. That's like any tent, you gotta hold the bottom. After this video, I'm gonna take a little bit of break because I got the One Moto show that's coming up, and this is the bike behind me that I'm submitting, and I gotta get some of the final things on it done, like the exhaust and yada yada.